Hello and welcome back to the channel. A quick match reaction from me today, and I'm smiling not because it's Valentine's Day, but because we actually saw some good football from Watford Football Club. Wow! Finally, we've scored some goals. Going into this game at Deepdale, of course, we hadn't scored in the previous 3 consecutive matches, and in the 7 previous matches, I think we'd only scored 3 total goals in them 7 games. So it was vital we got back on the score sheet today and created chances. And boy, did we do that in the second 45. I want to address the first half now as well, because that was very poor. There was, of course, question marks over Ed Steele's first Watford 11. I found it quite interesting, actually, to see how he would set up. Starting 4 central defenders was certainly a bold move, is what I'll say. I'm not going to call it bizarre. I don't think it's right I do that on his first game in charge, but we've not really seen that in recent years at Watford. There was no natural fullback on the pitch. Of course, Stephen Mfuni was at left back and James Abankwah shifted over to the right-hand side. But yeah, it worked, in my opinion, just to kind of keep us solid in that first 45. Yes, we conceded the goal. I know we did. Lewis Dobbin, a really good finish. I think it was Whiteman with the pass into Dobbin's feet initially. But aside from that, I did feel we limited Preston on the whole to very few clear-cut chances. And at half-time, they clearly went in, addressed the issues, had a word, and said, go out there and express yourselves. And that's what we should have been doing all season under Paolo, under Javi. We were too compact, we were too tight. We didn't let our wide, expressive, talented, attacking players run at people, show their skills, use their pace. We haven't done it for such a long time. And for Ed Steele to make a big change at the interval, Georgie Shatfatatse off and Kwadwo Bar on, that was fantastic. That is exactly what we needed. And what a cameo appearance from Kwadwo that was. For me, he is the man of the match. Yes, he didn't get a goal. He didn't even get an assist, really, because it was an own goal in the end. But what Kwadwo did was inject energy, pace, dynamism, directness. He runs at his players. He strikes fear into opposition defenders. And he looked back to his normal self today, and I'm really pleased to sit here and see Kwadwo perform the way he did. The first goal was scored by Othmane Mama, the Moroccan link-up, again with Imran Louza, a nice switch of play over to the left-hand side. And how many times have we seen this goal scored by Mama this season? Cutting back inside on his right foot, unleashing one into the far corner past the Preston goalkeeper. And I loved the celebration as well, the kind of the samba dance with Kwadwo Bar. It was great. I absolutely loved it. And look, whilst the draw isn't the result we wanted, there's 15 games left and we need to win probably 8 or 9 if we're really to finish in them top 6 positions. A draw away from home to a 7th place side isn't necessarily a bad result. It's a bad result if we don't now go and beat Derby County at home next weekend. But it's a decent point on the road. They always say draw your away games, win your home games, and you can get yourself into a good position. I'm just talking now about the second goal. As we mentioned, Kwadwo Bar, what an impact by him down the right-hand side. He did a 1-2, beat his marker, cut back inside into the box. And actually, initially, I did think Luka Kiramgard got a touch on it. From the replay, it does look like he gets, a small nick on the ball, but it went down as an own goal in the end. Watford 2-1 up at that time. We were cruising. We were the dominant team. And unfortunately for us, the man returning from suspension, Osmajic, bags, I've got to say, a very good finish. He did the kind of classic deceiving the goalkeeper, looking one way, shooting the other. I thought he was going to go to the far post. He actually went to the near post and tricked Egil Selvik in goal. Look, that was a frustrating one. If Daniel Jefferson wasn't going to score against his old club, Osmajic coming back from suspension certainly would. Look, he's a nasty player. I'm not a fan of him. There's a reason he's been suspended for so long. He's quite violent. He's bitten people before. He was, of course, suspended because of alleged racial comments towards another player in the Championship. So, yeah, not a huge fan of Osmajic scoring against us today. But, yeah, that was always going to happen. And Formos Mendy could have won it for us in the end. I mean, an outstanding effort from Formos coming onto the pitch on the half volley with his left foot, rolling across the line. I really thought that was going to go in. I was kind of sat here holding my breath thinking, come on, come on, come on. And then, yeah, unfortunately, it rolled the wrong side of the line, which was a shame, but it was great to see the forgotten man come on and actually look really solid and sound in defence. There's a reason Formos Mendy is a Senegalese international. He is not a terrible footballer, and why he was excluded from the squad by Paulo Pezzolano and Javi Gracia, I've got no idea. And with Ed still being multilingual and speaking Mendy's native language, I think that's going to be a real help for us moving forward. And we spoke about the large contingent of French and African players we have at the club, and for Ed to be able to communicate in their dialect in a lot of detail, he's going to be a real benefit for us moving forward. He spoke actually in his first few interviews about there being maybe small cliques in the group, a few players moaning in training here and there. And hopefully now, with his experience in both Europe and now England, he can bring these cliques together and get us united as a team. The second 45 is exactly how I want us to play football moving forward. We very easily could have won today. And what I don't want is to get to the end of the season, be 6 points out of the playoffs and go, look at all these missed opportunities we had. Wrexham away, the Blackburn game at home, Sheffield Wednesday at home, Preston away today. We are missing and dropping lots of points, and I'm concerned about that. But Ed still has come in with one prerogative from the Watford hierarchy, and that is to win as many games as possible and get us as close to the top 6 as he can. And today was a good start. It's a solid foundation, and as I said, what we need to do now is back this up against Derby County next weekend. Man of the match, as I alluded to earlier, I think for me it has to go down as Kwadwo Bars, a real impact player, and boy did he make an impact today. And a notable mention as well for our Italian stallion Edoardo Bove. Fantastic, really pleasing to see him back on the pitch. The last time he played football was when he collapsed with a cardiac arrest back in December 2024. So I'm sure he was going through a lot of emotions today. I know I've seen clips of his family in the stands as well. They greeted him after full time. So pleased for Eduardo. I'm sure it will still take a few more weeks before he's ready to start matches for us, but he's a high caliber player, and when he gets going, he could be really vital for us. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Delighted with the point, but as I said, beat Derby County, and then I'm back on the promotion train. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.